Man, I would ask you what it is you could do different to go against Eli, but I mean, other than the mistake in the small tip over in the first moto, well, I'd say small, but your bike got you. The second moto, I feel like it's so hard to point anything out. You two sort of decimated the field. I don't know what else could be asked of you.
Yeah, I mean, there's always room for improvement, and I definitely feel like I know I can beat him. So, frustrated with 2-2. I mean, not frustrated. It's not a bad thing to be on the podium, but when you're racing the guy that's been winning, it's tough to come second behind him. So it's getting a little bit old, and yeah, I got to go back to work. I think I've been getting better and better. I think today was the closest I've been to him since we've been on these softer tracks. So that's a positive, and now we're heading back to clay. So I'm looking forward to that.
So I know we're in the moment. You're in the championship battle, but do you ever get home and just think about how the season's going? The fact that Eli, this is probably his last go. I mean, he's not 100% sure, but he's pretty darn sure it is. You look at the rest of the guys you're going to race and seeing how good you're doing against them. I mean, I know you want to win this title, but do you ever catch yourself thinking ahead of like, man, the next couple years is going to be good?
Yeah, I mean, you always reflect a little bit, but it's honestly, I'm so into this year and I want to be able to beat him. I mean, I don't want to go out and him go out winning. So, I mean, obviously he's won a lot, and he won the Supercross Championship, so I don't want to let him get this outdoor one. And I think for me, mentally, I need to be able to beat him, so that way I can put that behind me. So my goal is to beat him this year. That's what I want. I'm not really focused on years after. I just want to focus on this and kind of stay in the moment. I think that's key, and that's something I've been doing better at this year.
What second moto, I'm on the far side of the track, so I didn't see it. When you guys entered the last lap, you were right on him. What ended up happening?
So I was pretty close to him the whole last lap until I made a small mistake at the bottom of the hill where I fell the first moto, buried the bike, and he kind of, once you bury it at the bottom, you're going to lose a second at least, and kind of got away from me. And then I tried to close it back down. I sent it down the hill. Wasn't close enough, obviously. But yeah, I was trying my best. I just buried it a little bit and lost a little bit of time. But besides for that, it was a pretty gnarly race.
We're getting closer to the point we're going to announce Team USA. I know Pelletier was here. I talked to him this morning, and it sounds like the decision is coming down to a 450 guy dropping down. I know there's been some guys that say they'll drop down. I know from Tom Pelletier there was a thought about asking you. Have you been asked? Number one, would you consider dropping down, or are you gun-ho on 450?
Yeah, I mean, I've definitely been talked to about it. Me mentally, I want to go there, and I want to, if I am picked, I want to go there and be able to win races. I don't want to race. I mean, if I have to, I would drop down if it was kind of the best thing for the team. But for me, if Eli and I are on the team and we can go win races in the 450 class, that's kind of the name of the game, I think. I mean, the 250 guy is definitely important, but if Eli and I can do our job, if we get picked, then that's kind of the key.
If I had to ask you to put your opinion on it, who do you think the 250 guy should be?
That's tough because honestly, there's so many different guys. There's so many options. I don't know. Honestly, I think it's whoever's the lightest guy. Yep. For me, definitely not the lightest. So that's why I think the lightest guy should race. But
he's probably light because between, I know it's the 450 options to drop down would be you, Craig, Ando, or Barsha. You, Craig, and Ando are all taller, fitter. You know, you're bigger guys.
Yeah, it's tough because then Justin's got to race. You know how good the Yamaha is too. So it's a toss-up, and it's not really my decision. So I'm kind of stay out of that because it's only going to end up bad for me.
You excited? I was just talking guys earlier. I mean, I think no matter who gets picked, it's going to be a fantastic year. We've been down for a long time. It's on home soil. It's always going to be an honor to be picked, but I could imagine getting picked this year is going to mean a lot.
Yeah, it's we've been down bad for a little bit. It's been tough. We've had good teams, good enough to win, but just haven't got the luck. So this year being at Redbud, it's really actually a home race for me, So that's something I'm looking forward to, and if I get picked, and it's going to be special. I've never got to experience it, and I think it's pretty pressure packed. So it's going to be fun. I think after this season, I'm obviously hoping to run this championship down to the wire, but we're going to have to get suited back up and hopefully be racing that thing. So it's going to be grueling, but I'm excited.
Cool. Last one. Have you been approached on World Supercross, and do you have any interest in doing any of the 3 at the end of the season?
I have been approached. I don't think for me right now in my career it's probably not the best move. I think I need a break after this season's over. This is going to be my first, hopefully, full season. And with that, hopefully, designation, it's going to be long. So probably not for me this year. I want to focus on next year's Supercrosses. I think I have a good shot at winning, and that's kind of my main goal right now.